classic. I love that picture. Hey guys, how you doing? It's good to see everybody. Just a quick Periscope real quick. I'd rather be Periscoping from the beach, but you know, we'll do what we can when we can. My name's Mitch Jackson, senior partner at Jackson Wilson. Just want to share with you a new communication tip I think you guys will all enjoy. Hey Diane, how you doing? It's good to see you. We have to do a Periscope or a Meerkat or something together, maybe another Spreecast. Always good to see everybody. Where are you guys joining from? We got Remy's joining us, a bunch of other people. Yeah, it will be fun. But what I want to do is jump right in, and it's funny, I was just watching a live stream by Brian Fanzo from San Diego. They started an hour early, so I'm sorry I jumped on a few minutes late. A couple of things I want to go over with you guys regarding communication tips from my blog. We shared a post this morning that really got a lot of traction behind it. It got so much traction that one of the large online legal service companies reached out and asked me to do a blog post about it to, you know, further the concept. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's why I wanted to reach out to everybody on Periscope real quick. When you're communicating with people, you know, it's a well-known fact that human beings will remember about 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, but about 50% of what they see and hear. Studies have shown, oh, I love the hearts, thanks guys. Studies have shown that when you take a group of people and you have them read something, or they sit there and they listen to what you have to say, about a week later they're going to remember, or they'll have about a 10% recall. If you incorporate pictures into the initial interaction, that rate of recall will increase to 50, 60, sometimes 70%, depending on what the topic or what the subject matter is. So those are some really important concepts to understand when you're communicating to a group of people. When I'm trying cases to a jury to 12 people I've never met before, doodling. Got it. If you're doodling, if my jurors are doodling when I'm trying a case, it makes me smile, Diane, definitely. So when we're trying cases, I always try to incorporate pictures. I always try to incorporate objects into the presentation because it helps the jurors retain information. It helps them recall what happened when they're back in the deliberation room when we can no longer interact with those jurors. There's another little secret that I want you all to know, and that is, in addition to pictures, words, graphics, what we've just talked about, body language, how you handle yourself, how you come across, initial first impression, how you interact with other people. Hello, how you doing? How you interact with other people in the room will also dictate how your message is received. It will help the retention span of your audience, in my case a jury, and it will go a long ways to having people take action the way you want them to take action. So for example, today at my Trial Lawyer Communication Tips for Everyone blog, you can get there by going to MitchJackson.com, my name, MitchJackson.com. We repurposed a blog post that we did about 3 years ago and updated it. And the title of the post is something like how MMA fighters, mixed martial art fighters, and trial lawyers really communicate. And the point of the blog post is to share with you just how important nonverbal communication skills are. How MMA fighters step into the octagon and the different things that they do to start positioning themselves for success, to help intimidate the other side, to help communicate the message as to what they're going to do within the octagon. Trial lawyers do the same thing. When we walk into a courtroom, we never want to let the jury see us sweat. That's the general rule. There are some exceptions. How you treat the court staff, the court clerk, the judge, opposing counsel, the jurors are soaking this up and they're remembering this. And they're going to take all of this into consideration consciously or subconsciously during the jury deliberation process. I always tell young trial lawyers, start trying your case from the moment you pull up to the court in the parking lot. The person that pulls up next to you may be the foreman, may end up being the foreman on your particular jury trial. When you're walking into the courthouse, get the door for someone. Be polite, use common sense and common manners, and just be a kind person and be a good person, because you never know what message you're communicating to your potential audience. In this case, it might be a jury. Hey, Joseph, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Same thing applies when you're doing a sales pitch, when you're doing a presentation to an audience of 1 or an audience of 1,000. always be aware of who you're interacting with. The first interaction you may have may be with a front office receptionist, and you don't know who that person is. You don't know what type of influence that person has with the decision maker in the company. Romania, what's happening? Hi from Southern California. So always treat people with respect. Always carry yourself in a way where you're displaying a level of confidence. London, how's it going, London? Good to see you. We're going to miss you down in San Diego tomorrow for Social Media Day San Diego. It should be fun. And keep that in mind. You never have a second chance to make a good first impression, okay? So if you look at the blog post, thanks, I appreciate it. If you look at the blog post, it will cover body language, different messages you send, from how you act, from how you appear, from how you come across. Okay, I want you to contrast that post with an earlier post that really explains how to incorporate pictures into your presentation. If you incorporate, I mentioned earlier, people will remember 20% of what you hear. They'll remember 30% of what they see. They'll remember 50% of what they see and hear. Here's a little tip. If you add a story into your presentation, you can take those statistics and add another 25% on top. So if you're telling a story and you're sharing your message and you're using photographs or a video, you can actually obtain a retention rate of about 75%, and that's huge. That's huge when it comes to having a single opportunity to close a deal, make your point, or get somebody to take the desired action that you want them to take. So I'm going to hop back off because I want to get back onto a scope that started earlier today, about an hour earlier than I thought it would, and some friends of mine are on it. But what I wanted to share with you guys is check out today's blog post. It's at mitchjackson.com. It's getting some pretty good traction, and use these approaches in communicating your next important message, whether it's a sales pitch, whether it's a negotiation, whether it's writing copy for a website. You can take this information and incorporate it. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Absolutely understand what you're saying. Thanks from London. Thank you very much. For those of you, if I upload this to YouTube, you can't see the comments, so I may repeat them every once in a while. I'm getting excited because we're halfway through the day, and tomorrow I am playing hooky from the law firm. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks, Diane. I appreciate it. Playing hooky from the law firm, going down to San Diego for Social Media Day in San Diego, going to meet some people that I've known online for some time. We've never met in real life, so that should be fun. There's an awesome lineup of speakers and experts. I know I'm going to walk away from the day with a massive amount of value. If you guys want to check out the programs and what's going on, go to smdaysd.com. Really appreciate you sharing those words. That's really intelligent of you. And it should be a good day, guys. So listen, everybody block that last knucklehead from all your periscopes. And I'm going to cut on out of here. But until we speak again, please remember to smile. Please remember to use your body language when communicating your message to others. And always remember, my friends, to make today your masterpiece. That's it. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.